Hi guys, long time no talk. This is my second attempt at recording this video because the first one I made a mistake. Since it's been so long since I've used this camera, I completely forgot that it has two settings, and the first setting is, the default setting is 50 frames per second, and the setting that you can change, well, one of the settings you can change it to at least, is 28 frames per second on MP4. And I forgot about this, and so I started recording this whole video that I'm doing now in 50 frames per second, and then about 13-ish or 14 minutes in, an error message popped up on the screen, and it said, oh, there was an error, turn camera off, and I did, and I turned it back on and checked the video. Sure enough, the footage is corrupted. There's been a lot of footage corruption going on lately. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Anyway, so I had forgotten that if when you put it at that setting, that it can only record for a shorter time, because I had it in my head that I had up to a half hour because I had already lost from some footage a few years ago. I don't know for sure if I can link the video. If I can find it that I talk about it, I'll put it there. If not, oh well. Anyway, so I knew with that I had up to a half hour, and I thought that's what I had, so that's why I was going by. It turns out I didn't. So now I got to do the whole thing over again, which is kind of annoying. I may do a somewhat abbreviated version because I don't know if I want to get into it in as much detail as I did in the lost version. Anyway, so I wanted to update you what's been going on. Because I haven't posted in a long time, with the exception of a couple of short live streams where the audio was barely hearable that I did like 6 months ago, and then I did post one video a few days ago, but that was composed of footage that I filmed back in 2021. So this is my proper update video here. So what's been going on since 2021? See, I at the time, it was new to me. It's not new anymore. I got a new job working for DoorDash. I still do it now. I also do Uber Eats. I'll get into that in another video, but it works for me. I enjoy it. So I've been doing that for a few years. And then in 2022, I ended up moving out of Rhode Island. I live in Connecticut now. In the eastern half. It's nice here. It's a little quieter than I was back in Warwick. But you know, in some ways that's good. So, what else happened? My mom passed away last spring. That was sad. It took some getting older, but I moved on. And on a brighter note, we got a new kitten a couple months ago. Her name is Elvira. She's a black cat. She's about half grown now. Unfortunately, on the video that I did a few minutes ago that I lost the footage for, I was able to get a little footage of her. She was up in her cat tree. That's why I'm looking up, because I can see it from right here. But I don't think she's up there anymore, so I'm not going to be able to show her right now. But at the end of this video, I may go over and show you Carly at least. She's laying over there. Okay, so what else has been going on? That's about it as far as the big things. But I also want to tell you about the footage that I lost outside of the one that I lost tonight. So I had a bunch of video clips that I had filmed mostly back in 2021. I had footage of me going exploring, kind of like behind a shopping center, so showing all the stuff that people are just like thrown on the ground or like over the fence. That was pretty interesting. I lost that. I lost footage of me and the kids, etc., going to Rocky Point Park in Warwick, which used to be an amusement park, but now it's a state park. That was interesting. I lost that footage, and I also lost footage I found an abandoned homeless camp back in Rhode Island. But complete with like everything they had left on the ground and the tents and stuff. Lost that. and I lost footage of some deer that had made their way into the backyard that I had at the time. I was able to get super close to the deer, to the point where I was just standing a few feet from one of them, and she was, I don't know if it was a he or she, I'm going to say she, was just eating the grass just a few feet away from me, and I lost that footage. What happened was, and at the end of this I may show you the drives, but I made the mistake of putting all the footage on a cheap SanDisk 20 gigabyte, I'm sorry, it was a 256 gigabyte, but it was a USB 2.0, which is the slower thing, but which, okay, so up to this point I have used flash drives throughout my life. Well, not my whole life, but in recent decades I've been using them probably for not quite 20, about 15 years, I'd say. I never had, that I can recall at least, had a problem with any of them before, other than in the early days having to like reformat them. Until this point, what happened was I made the mistake of I was starting to watch some of the old video clips directly from the flash drive, and then it started saying error messages. It would like freeze up partway through. I was like, what's going on? And the more I looked into it, the more error messages came up, like more and more of the video clips. I tried transferring the files from the flash drive to my PC. It wouldn't do it. I even went so far as to look up programs that would I could download that would help me. That didn't work. So finally, out of desperation, well, I was already in desperation, but I saw this thing was saying, oh, you should have the PC, like, I forget what it was called, but it had to scan it for errors, and then like, so it scanned it, it said errors found, and it said, do you want us to fix the errors, something like that. I was like, okay. It fixed the errors, but guess what else it did? It wiped the drive clean, and that was the only place that I had that footage on. I was stupid. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I didn't put it on a second place. That was the only place I was storing. I didn't have 2 copies, didn't have backup, so I lost that footage forever. And it's a lesson learned. It's actually twofold lesson learned. First and foremost, I always have backup, but so also don't store your important stuff on a flash drive long term. I've been doing research. It turns out the good way to do it, if you're not going to keep it on your PC, is to have an external hard drive. I had heard of external hard drives before, but I didn't think that they were. I thought they were like really expensive. I guess some of them are, but the prices come down a lot. You can get a 5 terabyte one now for like $125 on Amazon. So I just ordered one. It should be here in a few days. So I'm going to start keeping my files in 2 places, and I'm going to start having any of those places be flash drives. Apparently they're not meant for long-term storage. So that's okay. Eventually I'll film myself going on other adventures, starting with just doing stuff here at home, because I got a lot of stuff going on right now. But so my next few videos may be just me here doing things at home. I may do some screen feeds of me doing stuff on the computer, but at some point I intend to start going out and filming out in the field as well. Again, just like the old days. Why? Because I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I don't know what the chances are of me my channel ever getting big, but it's nice to try. But even if it doesn't, I want to do it because it's fun. I just have to juggle it with everything else, so it may be sporadic here and there. But yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to fill you in, give you some updates. I guess real quick now that we're at the end, I'm going to show you a couple things real quick. Let me see if I can spin this around. Hold on. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Probably from all the talking from 2 videos in a row. Let's see. Okay, so over here we have the drives that so the one that I lost was one of these SanDisks. That's a new one I just got. It's a USB 3.0. I want to say 528. It's 5 something gigs. That's an old Lexar. It's only 128. That's never given me problems. This one hopefully won't give me problems. This one still works, but it's the same kind as the one I had to throw out. So I'm not going to buy any more USB 2.0s, even though they still sell them. I don't know if that's the reason why, but I'm not taking any chances. And the other thing I wanted to show you, if I can get the camera over there, because I have it plugged in right now as opposed to on battery power. The other thing I wanted to show you is Carly. Let's see. Yeah, there she is. See? She's sleeping. And this, oh, you can still see her. You can see just a little bit of her fur. I can't really get it any higher than that right now, but that's Elvira, the kitten. Well, she's not barely a kitten. Oh, you see her ear go? Her ear is going. Yeah, she's like probably over halfway grown now. About 4 months old. Anyway, that's about it. Alright, so stay tuned. I intend to upload some more videos soon. Sorry about my voice. And yeah, thanks for watching.